Hey guys, it is a busy day today. I have just started kind of getting ready and 26 weeks, so excited. I'm just getting ready for the day and I thought it would be a good time to turn on the camera and do a chat because I have a new product I wanted to show you. But yes, 26 weeks and it's very exciting to keep moving on this little journey. I already have my foundation and eyebrows kind of done, so as you kind of see me work through, that's already done. I am working on blush now. Most of my products, if you've been around here, you know I use Merit, and this is their kind of cream blush that they use. I just love their natural, their whole thing is like a 5-minute face, which I love because moms, we need a 5-minute face. But it's exciting because they've never had an eyeshadow before and they just came out with this eyeshadow. And it is really cool because they have a specific shade for each like individual skin tone, like whatever color your concealer is, they have a shade that's supposed to match your eyes. And I actually ordered one shade darker because I already have a few kind of more like everyday skin tone type style eyeshadows, I guess. A lot of brown here, so I wanted one that was a little bit more like, I guess, darker. I don't know. So that's why I ordered this shade. This is the shade Vachetta. And I don't know if you can kind of tell already one compared to the other, but I've been using this for the last like week or so now, and it's really nice. It's so buildable. I really like it. This is a new thing that they have, so I was excited to try it. Again, they never had eyeshadows before, so that is exciting. But yeah, I also really love the brush. I don't think they have, I think it's brush number 2 because they only have like one other brush, I think. But it's so soft. I love how soft it is. Anyway, I also like the blending capabilities here. But anyway, you can kind of see that's the color we're going through, and I did not have to use a lot to get to there, which is awesome. So I've really been loving this Solo eyeshadow is what it is. And then I actually do, because I'm not like a big fan of like the matte look of an eyeshadow, I like a little bit more dimension, so I've been going in with some of my regular powders and putting the lighter color just like here in the middle to the inner corner. And it's really nice to build upon because it's that cream base. And then they have their little definer end of this brush. You can see kind of, maybe it's like really tiny compared to the bushiness of this side. And I like to use the definer side to do this like kind of darker color. And then I put it like right in the crease, which this I think is actually made for the lash line. But I like to put just a little in the crease there. And then I'll use the fluffy side again to kind of just blend that out. And I just think that gives it like a little bit more dimension for like my everyday look, I guess I'll call it. And then I actually do really suck at putting eyeliner, or not eyeliner, eyeshadow underneath my on my lower line. And so I've really liked this brush because I feel like it's so precise. I've been able to actually get some under my lash line, which I like never have before, so I do really like that. For mascara, for my like everyday use, I also do use their mascara. It comes in this little bottle here, and I like to use that I am obviously not very good at talking through this type of video. So, baby is 26 weeks, and that's exciting. 2 pounds now, which is exciting. And I think 12 inches, 14 inches actually, if I remember. We all just watched the baby video update thing from What to Expect, that app, you know. The kids always love like when it changes in a fruit or vegetable, and we get to hear like what they are turning into and what's going on with baby. So I think it was 14 inches, 2 pounds at 26 weeks. Okay, sorry, I just had to stop filming. I cannot talk and do makeup at the same time. So here's my look, and again, this is Merit's new Solo Eyeshadow. I actually really like this product. I wanted to make sure I had time to use it before I showed it to you. And I think if you are around here, their whole kit, like it comes in a little cute bag like this, which you get on your first order with free shipping. And anyway, let's shuffle for pregnancy updates. So I will start with sleep because I feel like that was my biggest complaint last update. And I will say, thank God, my sleep has improved. I guess it really was probably those vitamins and taking them late, and my body just reacting to taking a lot of B12 at one time, because ever since I've been making sure to get those in the morning, I've been definitely sleeping better. I'm still waking up at least once, whether it's because my kids wake up or because I have to go to the bathroom or something like that. I definitely am still waking up at least once in the night, but I don't feel like restless, or I don't feel like I'm constantly awake and just like in an awake dream state, which is like what I was experiencing last week. So thankfully that has gotten better, because I don't know what I would have done if I still like was not sleeping at all. Overall improved. I did go to the doctor last week, so if you haven't seen that update, I will link it in the description below, and you can kind of get all the nitty-gritty from the doctor's visit. But since then, I'd say like my anxiety is kind of back up again, because I did have a little bit of spotting last week when I went to the bathroom, and I actually don't think it was like baby. I think it was actually my hemorrhoid, and that it was bleeding. And so I think that's what it was. But anytime you're pregnant and you see blood, I just like, it doesn't matter if it's not from specifically that, it just still like, it makes your like mind go. So and of course, like anytime I see something, I'm mentioning it to my midwife. I have contacted her. We are in good standing, so I would definitely recommend, if that happens to you, make sure you talk to your doctor. Make sure there's no other warning signs or things. You know, we talked about things like there's no cramping, there's not been more spotting, we're paying attention, things like that. So definitely talk to your doctor if that does happen to you. But the other thing she mentioned at my last visit was doing kick counts, and I had not started that yet. That's usually not something I start doing until 3rd trimester. But since this happened, I have been doing kick counts. So I'm making sure to get 10 in an hour over 24 hours somewhere. I just pick a time random in the day. Sometimes usually just when I notice baby's moving, and I'll try to count those 10 kicks. So usually I can get 10 kicks within like 5, 6, 10 minutes. So yeah, like I said, this baby has been active my whole pregnancy. I don't think we're gonna have an issue there, but that has eased since seeing blood or spotting. It has eased doing kick counts, so I have started doing kick counts. And the other thing that they mentioned was that it's about time to do the gestational diabetes test. So I have always opted out of the traditional drinking, you know, the drink that everyone drinks. With my first, I just did a blood draw. They basically did a blood draw early in the morning before I ate anything, and then I went and had breakfast and came back like 2 hours later, and they did a blood draw. and I was cleared that way. The next time I had with Juliana, my doctor was like, no, that's not accurate. We're not doing it that way. So with her, I think I poked my finger. I think I did the finger pokes, and then I've just done it that way every single time. So that's what I'm gearing up to do, which basically is getting a glucose monitor, poking your finger in the morning when you wake up at resting, your resting kind of glucose rate, and then again after 2 hours after each meal. So you do it 4 times a day, and you can do that over a week or 2, depending on what your doctor says. They'll read your results and tell you, you know, yay, nay. So far, I have not had it with any of my pregnancies. Hopefully a boy doesn't change things. I feel extremely large, so I'm hoping I'm not feeling large because baby is so large, but I mean, I'm measuring right at, you know, 26 weeks, or at least I was. So hopefully, you know, we're not too far from normal, but that is what I will do. They did mention that there is a new drink that my midwife has available now that is more natural. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the pokes, like, even though it's more natural, it's not something I would do in everyday life. I don't really want to do it now either. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the finger pokes, glucose monitor at home, doing that for a week or 2. I have to check with my midwife how long she wants me to do it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what other updates I have. The really big feeling is that the biggest one, I don't know how much weight I've gained at this point. I need to check with my midwife on what I started, but I would guess it's anywhere between 12 and 18 pounds. If it's 12 pounds, then I think I'm pretty much right on track with where I should be weight gain wise. If it's 18, it's a little much, I think, but it's probably still relatively normal. I wouldn't want to gain a pound more for the rest of pregnancy, because that's like another, whatever. I mean, whatever happens, happens, but I just feel large. That's basically what I'm saying. And I have had a little bit of a just like feeling recently that like this baby wants to come early. And I don't know if it's because I'm feeling so large already, or if, I don't know what it is, but I've just like had that feeling like we might be a couple days before due date. And so I'm interested to see how that actually goes and how it plays out, because I will say with Isabel, she came 2 days early. Juliana, she came a week and a half late. Like, she was very late, like almost 42 weeks late. And, or not 42 weeks late, but almost 42 weeks. And then Rosemary was somewhere in between. She was like 41 and 1 or 2 or something like that. And so I've gone kind of run the gambit here, but early is not usually my normal. So I'm like, maybe a boy is giving me this feeling, or maybe I'm just hoping so bad that I don't go as late as I did with Juliana, that like, I'm like, come early. So I'm interested to see how it plays out like 14 weeks from now and see just exactly what happens. The other update is kind of just, we just bought a new car. If you saw on Instagram, we bought a new car, and I will do a car tour soon. We got a minivan. But with that, money is on my mind. And obviously maternity leave laws in the States are not great. So the thought of like having to be without pay for an extended period when I'm not sure like we can cover our new bills, like it will all work out. Like, I'm trying just to trust in God, but just knowing that we have this new expensive bill coming every month has been like weighing on me a little bit, and just the stress of making those decisions. And so I've been praying about it. Pray for me about it as well. And that'd be probably the other thing kind of like on my mind, having to do with pregnancy and maternity and all that. So that is the update this week. That is 26 weeks. And I'll give you a little bump shot, show you just how big I am right now.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubt.